Hi, my name is Carl Parrish, and today I'm going to give you a brief walkthrough of the basics of your website. This is a fully functional e-commerce site, so there's lots of different pieces that we can go into and we'll explore in the future, but today we're going to start with some basics, like for example, how to get to your website. Very simply, go to http://.divinewoodwork.com. In the example here, you'll see that it actually has HTTPS, which means that it's a secure site, which is an added feature that we've added so that you can use the e-commerce site. If you click right here, you'll see that you have a security certificate for Divine Woodwork. Your connection to this website is encrypted to prevent eavesdropping. So that's one of the security features added to the site. Now to log on, you could go to divinewoodwork.com/user. And had I not been logged on, it would have been a username and password right here. So let's go ahead and log off here, and I can show you how to do that. Okay, back up at the top, http://divinewoodwork.com/user takes you to a login page. Type in your login name and your password. If you do not remember your password, you can request a new password here and the system will email you your new password. Okay, so now that I'm logged in, there's a few things that I'm going to notice here. On the menu item over here, underneath my name, I have a couple of options. I can go to the Contact Us page. I can go to my personal account page, which is actually already up here. Or I can go to the Create Content page to create a new page. Or I can do Administer. Okay? So that's the login section of the tutorial. Next, we'll go over so obviously your site is no good to you if you don't have any content. So the first step we're going to talk about is how to create new content. And for our examples, we're going to go to Create Content, click on the link here. And then we're going to create a new product. Okay. Now the first option you have on the product page is the image. What images do you want to have for your product? For Divine Woodwork, by default, each product has the option to put up 2 pictures. So you browse, find the picture on your computer, upload, and then it's right here. And your Divine Woodwork shop will know where to place that image. Then you want to put the name of the item. Notice the red stars. Every item that has a red star next to it means that it's required. You cannot create new content or new product without these items. A description. Input format, you don't really have to worry about that. Usually the default is going to be fine. If, for example, you wanted to add a full HTML code up here, that is possible. If you had a flash video or something like that, but you would have to select full HTML here. But by default, you use filtered HTML. It's a little more secure. Okay. Which catalog that item should belong to. So is it a bowl? Is it a Torah pointer? You can select whichever catalog it belongs to. And in one of the future lessons, we'll talk about how you create new catalog sections. The product information. This is very useful if, for example, you also have an eBay store or Amazon site and you're using the same product ID number across the different environments, which will allow you to keep track of and create reports for both. So if you do have an eBay store or you do have an Amazon cart or something like that, you want to make sure here you put the same product number as you have over there. Otherwise, we don't care what the product number is listed as. You have three options here: the list price, the cost, and the sales price. Okay? The only one that's required here is sales price. This is what your customer sees. This is what they purchase it as. If you want to track how much it costs you to make that item or to purchase that item, you can put that information here. And for example, if you wanted to create sales, you could put the list price and the sales price and show the difference between the list price and the sales price. If you do not have list price or cost, if you just leave them blank, then they won't show up on the customer's information. If you do put information here for list price, it will show up on the product page. If your product is a shippable item, you want to make sure that this is checked, and it's usually checked by default. So, but you want to make sure it's checked if it's something that you're going to calculate shipping and handling for. If you want to track your weight, units and measurements, then you would put that there. If you want to track the physical dimensions of the package, this could be useful information for the customer. It could also be useful information for you calculating shipping and handling. Put the lift, the width, and the height there. If, for example, you had an item that would ship with multiple items, so for example, let's say that you had a box of Torah pointers and it included 4 Torah pointers, then you would select 4 right here. Otherwise, the default is 1. What's the default quantity to add to the cart? So when your customer selects add to cart, how many do you want to have in there? By default, you just want 1. But for example, let's say you were selling a monthly subscription or an annual subscription billed monthly. Then you might put default here as 12. If you want to track shipping, you've got a default as well as small packages. You can put right here, what does that fall under? So for example, a Torah pointer would probably be a small package. What's your shipping rate? For Divine Woodwork, there are shipping rates based off of orders over 500, orders between 250 and 500, orders between 100 and 250, and orders under 100. You can put different rates for the shipping with those different settings. And that is, you also want to make sure, and it should by default say publish here under publishing options. And that's all you need to create a new product. Click save, and there you are.